Hi, this is the video that goes with the web lesson on spicing up the 12-bar blues. If you found the video before you found the website, then the website details are written down below in the blurb about the video. In a previous lesson, which you may have seen, may not have done, at the Ukulele Go website, I talked about spicing up chords where you add or take a note away. So instead of playing lots of bars of the same chord, you mix it up and in effect you're playing different chords, but it can all be classed as the same one. Just adds a bit of variety to the way you're playing, makes things sound a bit more interesting, makes them more interesting to play as well. In this lesson I'm looking specifically at the 12-bar blues. By its nature it's a structure which has the same chords over and over again. And if you play more than a few 12-bar blues songs in the same key, they do all start to sound a bit samey. The 12-bar blues is basically, in its simplest form, is 3 chords. So we're looking, in this example, in the key of A. So you've got A, you've got D7, and you've got E7. I'll play one very simply, straight the way through, without any ornamentation, no spicing up at all, just to demonstrate what it can and often does sound like. So, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. And so on. So that's very simple 12-bar blues. 4 bars of A, 2 bars of D7, 2 bars of A, and then E7, D7, A, E7. Repeat until bored. So, to make things a little bit more varied, let's look at the chords in turn. I hope on this camera over here you should be able to see a little bit better what my fingers are doing. I'm using a ukulele which has got a slightly wider fretboard than normal, so I hope you can see what's going on. Probably means I'll make more mistakes than usual, but there we are. So for the A chord, that's the standard A chord, using your first and second fingers. Your ring finger is hovering away doing not much, which is handy, because that's going to come down onto the E string at the 2nd fret. So while you're strumming, it's just a very simple on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off at the 2nd fret. Okay, and we can take that a stage further by sliding that finger straight up to the 3rd fret. So you go off, 2, 3, 2, off, 2, 3, 2, off, 2, 3, 2. Now some people get the hang of that straight away. If you can already do that, that's cheating, but some people who haven't done it before can get that fairly quickly. If you're struggling and you find you can't get that timing right, then I'd say pause this video for a moment, go away, just practice that for 5, 10, 15 minutes, however long it takes, because once you can do that, you have got the 12-bar blues cracked. You'll see in this lesson that this same little technique comes in again and again and again on different chords. So if you can get that and the rhythm right, that's great, you've done it. So that's A. The one other thing I have mentioned in the lesson to do with A, as you're coming to the end of the A section, you're about to switch into D7, you can just go from A to A7 to D7. So it goes something like, so that's just another little variation on A. To change D around, now it's D7. Sometimes when I'm playing the 12-bar blues I do play what people would say is the proper D7, like that. If you play it this way, what's the cheating way, or the Hawaiian D7 as it's sometimes known, it's easier to vary because you've got that same little trick with your ring finger hovering away doing nothing at the moment. This time on the A string, 2nd and 3rd frets. Okay, so that's D7. E7, and this is a little bit of a stretch, especially on this ukulele, but your little finger is doing nothing. If you can just bring it down at the 4th fret on the A string. Okay, if that is too much of a stretch for you, and it sometimes is for me, don't worry, leave E7 as it is. It only crops up for a couple of bars anyway. So the 12-bar blues with variations, I'm going to try and play that same one again with some, but probably not all, of the variations I've just shown you, just to demonstrate how they can fit in. So, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Okay, that's one way to put those variations in. What I would say about all these things is don't do all of them all of the time. Play a song, play one verse through with no variations, then put one in, then put a different one in. Keep varying, that's the whole point of them. They make the song different each time you play it through. Each verse, each chorus can be a little bit different, and you can gradually build on them as the song goes on. So that's the key of A. 12-bar blues in C, which I also cover in the web lesson. Again, it's similar things. To change a C chord in a 12-bar blues, I tend to use, if I'm playing the C chord with my ring finger, as most people do, then using the 1st and maybe the 2nd finger as well on the G string down the bottom. Okay. Instead of playing F7 in a 12-bar blues, I often play plain F major, because then you can use exactly the same trick again with your ring finger on the C string this time. Okay, and G7, in the previous spicing up chords lesson, there were several variations on G7. One is to take your index finger off momentarily. Another option is to take the other 2 fingers off momentarily, or just the ring finger off. So you've got 3 different ways of varying a G7 chord. And the same tricks can be found in other keys with other chords. But for today we'll just stick to A and we'll stick to C. Once you've looked at this and you've read the lesson online, have a little practice, see how it can fit into songs you already know, and maybe try and learn a new 12-bar blues, putting these in. And I think once you've heard them, you'll spot them all over as well, other people doing it in all sorts of types of music. Okay, thanks very much. Hope you've found something in there useful to you, and see you next time. Bye for now.